Waiguru's fate now lies with an 11-member Senate committee. The team is set to probe charges raised by the Kirinyaga County Assembly that passed an impeachment motion against Waiguru. In a heated session in the Senate yesterday, 45 senators voted for the committee route, while 14 opted for plenary with 1 abstention. The Kirinyaga Senator Charles Kibiru was among the minority who pleaded for a plenary probe that he argued would allow for more transparency. KTN News political reporter Murimi Mwangi is live with Senator Kibiru for more. Murimi, over to you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Michelle. Kenyans still coming to terms with that the resolution of the Senate following that heated afternoon session that resolved to place Waiguru's fate before an 11-member committee. That committee is already down to work, having met today, where it picked Kakamega Senator Cleophas Malala as the chair. Remember, they have 10 days to probe the allegations, getting an opportunity to speak to the members of the Kirinyaga County Assembly as well as the embattled governor, and reaching a verdict. A resolution to uphold the impeachment against the governor would mean that they would table a report before the House for further debate, upon which senators would then take a vote on the same. But should the members of the committee quash Waiguru's impeachment by the County Assembly, then her fate is as well as sealed at the committee stage and acquitted of the charges facing her. But let's speak to one of the few minority voices yesterday in the Senate, Kirinyaga Senator Charles Kibiru. Thank you so much for joining us. Yesterday, part of your sentiments were that should this matter go to the committee, then the dice as well as cast. And today the committee met. They have sought to dispel any fears of bias, saying the matter will be tried in a just manner. Is it something you perhaps want to admit from what the committee is saying today?
Let them give Kirinyaga a break. We know the die is cast. Miracles no longer happen. I don't think miracles still happen. And I wouldn't want to dwell on that matter more than that, only that I can wish the MCAs, the legal people, and of course the governor well when they go in front of that committee. But as I have said, miracles no longer happen. We have been there. We know how people behave, and that's it. We needed to have a process that we thought would allow the 67 of us be able to make a contribution into whatever direction the deliberations would have gone.
But Senator, what would you say to critics who term the entire debate yesterday in the Senate as hypocritical? Because only a few weeks ago, we saw a fierce push, a near similar fierce push, but this time not for the matter of former Kiambu Governor Ferdinand Waititu to go to a committee, but to go before plenary. And we saw what happened after the swift resolution, the quick swearing in of the deputy in Kiambu. What would you say to those that say this marks of double standards and hypocrisy from among the House of the Senate?
If you watched yesterday, the same people who fought about the committee, which we also fought, some of us, are the same people who are supporting the committee yesterday. Strange enough, the person who has become the chair had been proposed even before being elected by the committee to be the chair. As the list was being tabled during Waititu's time, that gentleman, the senator, had already been proposed to be the chair. So all that we are saying is that I think we need to be a bit serious. We need to be a voice of reason. And like I have said time and again, we are not condemning anybody. We are just saying that as much as we want justice to be seen to have been served, we need to see it to have been served. So, like I have said, the Kirinyaga MCAs with their legal team, the governor with her legal team will still go in front of the committee. But the worst bit is, like you have said, if they find that the threshold is never reached on some of the allegations that have been made, that's the end of the story. The report will just be tabled in the Senate, and life will go on as usual. But then we want to ask ourselves, and this is where some of us comes in very strongly. Our role is very clear as a Senate. And as a senator, the people of Kirinyaga expect me to do the oversight and to protect the county government of Kirinyaga.
My very final question on the same. There has been talk of there being a fierce push to save the embattled Kirinyaga governor. Nobody is open to say who is this pushing this agenda to save the governor as among the few minority proponents of the push to go to the plenary route. Who is this that is so keen to save your governor from the impeachment that was of course passed by 23 of 33 members of the Kirinyaga County Assembly?
I wouldn't want to be clear and say who it is, but there has been a talk that she is being protected. In any case, she can also protect herself. She has the right to argue her case, to do whatever it is, because it's politics. But let me put it this, it's very unfortunate that it turned out to be the pro and the people who support handshake and those who don't support handshake. Some of us stood very strongly, even though we support handshake. We said this is an issue that concerns the people of Kirinyaga County. And regardless of the direction it took, we would still continue supporting the handshake. But on that one particular issue, when it concerns issues of governance in Kirinyaga, we will not hesitate to state our mind on where we want the issue, how we want the issues addressed. Yes.
Thank you so much. Kirinyaga Senator Charles Kibiru speaking to us about the resolution from the Senate yesterday that now leaves the fate of Kirinyaga Governor Anne Waiguru before the 11-member team that constitutes 6 Jubilee coalition members, that being 5 Jubilee party members, 1 KANU member, and 5 members of the opposition coalition NASA, majority of these being from ODM, as well as the chair who is from ANC, Cleophas Malala. Back to you, Michelle.
Many thanks. It is